Hey everybody, how's it going? Brian Bowman here, and welcome to another eCom Underground Daily. And today we're going to be talking more AMS. We've been talking a lot about it this week, and it's for good reason. For those of you, first of all, if you are part of the eCom Underground group, our amazing e-commerce community, then welcome. And it's always amazing to have you here. If you are not, you need to be a part of it. It's an amazing group, and we talk all e-commerce, amazing entrepreneurs, and definitely it's a supportive group. You definitely want to be a part of it. So if you're not part of eCom Underground, you want to go to joinecomunderground.com. It'll take you straight to our community, and we will welcome you with open arms. Okay, so we've been talking a lot about AMS, and you're for those of you who've heard me over and over, you're probably tired of it. You're like, I know, it's supposed to be great. And the only way you're tired of it is if you're not using it, because if you're using it, you're probably freaking out and you're excited about the amazing results you're getting, especially if you're applying any of the stuff we talk about on these lives. I really try to bring solid content that's going to actually give you, results. It's stuff that comes from not only my accounts, but client calls and all this stuff. So what I want to talk about today is dealing with these pesky paused keywords. So just for those of you who are watching, some of you are not part of the eCom Underground group, so you're like, AMS, what's that? Amazon sellers. AMS is a separate way to advertise. So all know sponsored products. AMS stands for Amazon Marketing Services. In a nutshell, it gives you access to headline ads and to product display ads. And we have a whole strategy around it. We're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about one specific thing that happens with AMS. Unlike sponsored products in Amazon, if you have AMS ads, and if you have more than 1,000 conversions on a keyword, or 1,000 impressions on a keyword, and less than a 0.7% click-through rate. So that means that less than 0.7% of people are actually clicking on your ad with 1,000 or more impressions. And that's roughly the number. I mean, it could be 0.71 or 0.69, but that's what I've seen consistently across accounts. AMS will automatically pause your keywords because it feels like it's doing you a favor. It's saying, hey, don't even worry about it. We'll optimize it for you. What I think is really happening is that Amazon, relevancy doesn't really play a big role in the algorithm. That's something to really think about, is that, for example, in sponsored products, we will only show for very, very relevant terms, whereas in AMS, we can list our stuff, especially like product display ads. We can list our stuff anywhere. Like if I sell coffee mugs, I can put a product display ad under Bluetooth mouses, and it makes no sense, but it's just because relevance isn't as much of a factor. So I think one of the ways that they control that is by having the automatic pause feature. So again, over 1,000 impressions, less than or equal to 0.7% click-through rate, it pauses them. Now, that's usually a good thing. But one common thing that'll happen, and it came up, I believe Sam may have asked you yesterday in one of the lives, and I had addressed it, is he said, well, what do you do when they're paused? Because this has come up a lot with people where they have a keyword that's converting really well. It's like their best ACOS. The click-through rate is low, but it's still doing really well because it's a really high-end, high-volume term. If you're bidding on a phrase match for coffee and you sell a coffee mug, yeah, well, you don't sell coffee, but maybe you have a low click-through rate, but people are converting when they do click. So what do you do about that? So here's the solution. This is what you gotta do. You have to copy the campaign that's working, okay? So in AMS, in the main dashboard, on the far right, there's gonna be a button, a blue hyperlink. It says copy. Go ahead and copy and create essentially a duplicate. And you cannot add the keyword back into the campaign where it was paused. It won't make a difference. It won't get approved. But if you create a duplicate, everything is exactly the same. That keyword will start to run again. And you basically just have to monitor it. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't know is it's always a good habit anyway to duplicate your campaigns, because there's a part of the algorithm that if your campaign has, I think it's if the keywords get, I don't know the exact metrics, but I've had an AMS representative tell me this, that if it gets, I think it's like 3 or 4 clicks or 3 or 4 impressions to the same buyer, the same prospect with no click, it stops showing your ad. and I don't know the exact metrics. The point is, and this was a recommendation they made to me, is go ahead and duplicate campaigns, because it basically resets, like this campaign gets X number of impressions to a customer for that keyword, and this campaign gets X numbers of impressions. So does that make sense? Like, let's say the maximum is 3, you get 3 impressions here and 3 impressions here. So it's always a good idea to duplicate your better campaigns that you really want to make sure you're always running keywords for, or impressions. But the big thing for today is, if you have keywords that have been automatically paused inside of AMS, go ahead, copy the campaign, duplicate it. If you're smart, right, remove some of the losers, like don't rebid on stuff that's not working, and basically just duplicate the campaign, and those things will start running again. Now, there's probably a good chance they'll get paused again. So what do? You duplicate again. Ideally, you're scaling your ads by creating several duplicates and testing ad copy and images and all that other stuff we talk about. But that's it. That is the big secret. So go ahead, make sure you do that, and you should be off to the races and getting some more conversions. So I'm not seeing, I'll go ahead and see if I can do a quick look here to see if there's any questions. I'm just going to log in real quick, guys. Bear with me. And I'll just log into the video here. Let's see if we got any questions. I want to make sure I do get any of them. I don't see any questions. So looks like that's it. All right, guys. Have an amazing Saturday. Again, share share the good word about our amazing community. Have other people come and join us. E-commerce sellers, they're always welcome with open arms, as long as they're cool people and you want to learn and also give. Please join us, because we have an amazing community. So have them go to joinecomunderground.com, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.